Petermann Glacier, a 50-mile-long, 10-mile-wide hulk of ice, is disintegrating rapidly, according to Greenpeace, with a section larger than Manhattan expected to break off within 2 months.
What I see here is just yet another indicator of how quickly the Arctic is changing. And this rapid wasting of some of Greenland's large draining glaciers is one more indicator of this. What's happening on Petermann Glacier is quite remarkable, but it's really no different in principle than some of these other changes we've been seeing in these Greenland glaciers, this rapid wasting, this rapid retreat. We're seeing that Greenland is now having a growing contribution to sea level rise, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon.
The glacier basically acts like a champagne cork to the Greenland ice sheet, and it's just one of the signs of climate change a team of scientists and Greenpeace workers say they've come across during a recent 3-month expedition to the Arctic.
The Arctic is melting down even faster than scientists' worst-case scenarios. This means we need urgent action on the part of developed countries to deal with climate change. This means cuts in greenhouse gas emissions of at least 40%.
And for the first time in 30 years of records, the Nares Strait, a narrow Arctic waterway between Greenland and Canada's Ellesmere Island, has been ice-free all year.
Yeah, we had serious doubts we were going to be able to bring the ship in here because normally it's covered in ice. And now we're asking all kinds of questions.
Questions like what happened to the ice bridge that usually holds the sea ice in place all year except in August, the only time the waterway is usually navigable. In the summer, the strait acts as a major pathway for the sea ice flushing out of the high Arctic.
That sea ice cover is an important piece of the puzzle that really helps to keep the Arctic as this northern hemisphere refrigerator. We lose the Arctic sea ice cover, we start to lose that refrigerator. But since everything in the climate system is connected together, what happens up there can eventually influence what happens in other regions well beyond the Arctic.
The researchers are using time-lapse cameras to gauge glacier movement and GPS units embedded in the escaping ice to learn more about the effects of climate change on the Arctic.
As the effects of greenhouse warming take hold, it's the Arctic where we're going to see it first. It's the Arctic where those changes are going to be most pronounced. It's exactly what we see. It's a case of we hate to say we told you so, but we did, and it's time to take action.
For Discovery News, I'm Jorge Ribas.